yes, you read the title right. I did indeed play a volleyball game on an injured ankle last year. So picture this. Your school's volleyball preseason is coming up, with one of your biggest, most intense matchups soon to face, and you get injured. What's your first reaction? Well, this is what happened to me. My name is Edward, and today I'm going to be going through an experience of adversity early last year, which I've been more than grateful for. For context, it was the 9th of May, early 2022, on a Monday. I was feeling healthy and confident after a long string of no physical issues. Training started as usual. I warmed up my body, then got into a pepper. It was by far the most catastrophic pepper of my life. It was with my teammate Karen, and midway through, I legit slipped on some spot in the ground, and my ankle went through eversion, which is when it rolls outwards like this. On the bright side, recovery was relatively quick. I took about less than 3 weeks to recover from the minor ankle sprain, and I was able to get back on the court for game day. I'm also very grateful for my coach who trusted me to play and perform, rather than some other coaches who would probably start me on the bench for missing trainings. Alright, so we're gonna be getting a little bit philosophical, but I feel like in life, some people just perform, and they perform well, no matter the circumstances. I could have just gotten broken up with, or yelled at, or slept poorly, or gotten sick. I'm still gonna give you problems on the court. Let's get into the game. I'm going to be giving some commentary and some little nuggets of information here and there, so please enjoy. So we're only going to be looking at the parts of the game where I was actually involved, and right here it was great to start off the match with a clean spike. So popping in my first serve of the day, starting off pretty well, going for the libero. I didn't really have a target, but managed to get the point off a net touch, and in the very next play I went for him again, and that worked out very well. Got the ace off a missed free ball. And I could tell the other team was feeling the pressure because this next play I targeted the front court outside hitter and got a big ace on him. Something really important for high school volleyball is knowing that serving is one of the most important parts of the game. And you can see that in the last 4 points where we literally won all our points off of aggressive serving. Oh yeah, I didn't really mention this before, but I am number 11. Yes, the one that just fell on the ground like a fool. So the other team was finally able to side out, and this is how my first serve receive went. Yep, 2 meters inside the court, and I left it. But I can proudly say I did dime this next pass really well, but our middle just hit out, but I thought it was in. So right here, tough serve receive from my outside, and with my first left side swing of the game, went pretty well, got the point. And as a side note, I wasn't able to jump and land on my injured foot anywhere near the pain tolerance of comfortable yet, so I had to forcefully land on either my right foot or both feet, which is actually desirable for any explosive jumping sport. And right here, a little late block from our middle left us unprepared to defend this attack. Alright, just brace yourselves guys, because did you see how good that pass was? Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. I think I was feeling too confident from that last pass because this one I pushed it a bit too far to the right and we ended up paying the price for it. Looking back at my passing, it's kind of embarrassing because it's on and off, but managed to dime this one and we managed to side out quickly off the first pass. Right here, good pass by my trusty libero, but my setter just set it pretty wildly to the right, but I managed to fix it well and we managed to get the point here somehow. Incoming dose of stupidity, I managed to make a line violation, which is probably one of the worst mistakes to make at a high level. But as you can see again, I made up for it with a good pass, and yeah, we didn't get the point. Tough serve receive again, which I took pretty well, and our oppo had no choice but to tip the low set. And good defensive cover by our setter, good presence of mind for our libero to know who to set it to, good cover, and our middle finishing it off over the block. This next play, I get my first dig of the game in the backcourt, and I was pretty happy about it because I don't really see myself as a defensive player, but we managed to get a good up from their middle, probably one of the best middles in New South Wales last year, but we just couldn't stop them twice, so pretty frustrating for the whole team. New set now, we were able to take the first set, and starting strong with more serving pressure, got another ace from a missed free ball. But then I sold the clip by missing the next serve. made up for it here with a decent pass off the serve receive, and our setter wasn't able to push it out enough and it was tight. So we didn't really have much to do with it, and we lost the point here off a net error. With this receive right here, I didn't really get under the ball early enough, so I overpassed it a little bit, but we were able to fix it and win the point. With this front court attack on the left side, the set was really tight, so I didn't really have much to do with it, but luckily I got baited out by a bad net play by the other team. This set was pretty much the same. I couldn't really get a good attack off it, so I just rolled it, kept it in play, and luckily they weren't able to capitalize on the easy ball. So back to serve again, and by this point I knew none of their players were really that good at serve receive, so just went for the front court outside, put some pressure on them, and they weren't able to side out. This play was more or less the same, went for the same target, and we got a free ball back. We had a very good look in the middle, but he swung a bit too straight. However, we did get the ball back, but with the outside swinging on the left side, just swung a little out and we couldn't get the point. This pass right here was not the best, putting a lot of pressure on our setter and our opposite, who could not get through the double block. In this next play, a very good show of mental toughness, as I was able to make a better pass and our opposite was able to get a great cross-court swing out of it. So after a bit of back and forth, we managed to cut the lead, but I did end up giving up this ace, which really sucked. And sometimes pressure just carries over, because this play was more or less the same. I shanked it, our lib dug it too tight, and we lost another point. Time to reset. And we got saved by a home run serve. Alright, you know how it is. Your boy's back in front court. Good pass off the serve receive, good set. And I really thought I got this hit. I really did, but linesman called out, so it is what it is. And just a little tip, it is really deflating to miss these points, but you can see my captain just telling me to stay aggressive and keep going for it. And in this next play, it really worked. I went for a good shot, more high percentage shot towards the middle of the court, and was able to get a point. Now looking at my first block attempt of the game, it was a pretty good read. Middle was a bit late, so he ended up OTing Karan because he's trash. So now it's crunch time, end of the second set, and our outside makes a good pass, I get a good set, and I am able to put it away. After the hype from my captain, this is what I did. I guess it's reset time again. One of their middles loved targeting me off the serve, but I made a good pass. However, we weren't able to get the point. Kind of a nasty roof there. And these last 2 points of the set were pretty rough, because we couldn't really find a way through their massive blocks, and we had no answer for their strong serves as well. I'm sure this serve gave just about everyone in the building a little heart attack, and same result, just got blocked, and we lost set 2. At this point, my ankle's feeling alright, I'm feeling a lot of adrenaline, just ready to get back and compete again. I started set 3 off with a good serve receive pass, but due to our middle and also our opposite being a little bit passive with their attack, we got punished for it with a good cross-court spike by the other team. Now here, off a good serve from our middle to a great spot, we were rewarded with a free ball, which I was a bit too late to, so I passed it a bit tight, which is a very bad mistake, and we weren't able to win the point here. And I guess I got in my own head here because I shanked this next pass, and with the low ceiling, our lib bumped the ball into the roof, so point for the other team again. Now as we close out the third set, this was a really funny overpass kill by me. I just did a little hop and somehow managed to tip the ball into the court onto the ground. Very clutch play, and was rewarded with a timeout. Now to finish off the third set, I had this really tight set which I couldn't do much with, so all I did was tip it, and the middle made a pretty goofy play, and we finished off set 3, 25-21. At the start of set 4, I wasn't feeling drained or sore at all because of the rest I'd received prior, and this was a great way to start it off with a good kill down the line. This next point was pretty crazy. Started off with me not putting in the most aggressive of serves, leading to us not being able to execute on a free ball, and scrambling for the ball, giving them back a free ball. Luckily, they were not able to execute on this attack, and we were able to win a definitely undeserving point. This play really shows the frustration of playing in a small gym, because while the setter was able to get a good up, we weren't able to continue the point. Again, not a very clutch play from me as I got aced on by their middle who was continuing to target me. These next few plays are pretty much the same. I couldn't really get a groove going with serve receive and just kept missing everything. And straight up, this just shows that I wasn't at a level where I could be competing with the best players in the country. We struggled to convert this out of system play, losing the 4th point in a row. Definitely not a good start for the 4th set. Fast forward a bit, their middle continued to give us problems on our defense. A quick huddle here used to figure out blocking tactics. Off the serve receive here, decent pass by me, and our outside hitter was able to bang it off high hands. Great shot. Getting back to front court, I was very hungry for a point, so I went really aggressive the first play, got rewarded with a free ball, and I just decided to go for a smart shot off the block this next one. Attacking from the right side this play, the set was a little bit off, so I had to take some power off it. And with our blocking, we were just a little bit too late, so the outside hitter was able to OT us. As the opponent's lead grew and grew, we were desperate for a point. And we definitely got very lucky here because an offset by the libero forced me to tip it and the defense just wasn't ready, so I was able to put this one away. Now back to serve, I went pretty aggressively towards the libero and they were not able to finish off this out of system play. Also great blocking by our opposite hitter and our middle blocker. Next play I did take some power off the serve and they were able to get a really frustrating point, just putting the ball in between our setter and opposite. Off a hard topspin serve, I passed it pretty well, got low enough, and our outside hitter was able to put this one away confidently. Loved the celebration. As you can see, a few points ahead, we are pretty close, and this play I managed to tie the game with a good hit off the block. Feeling confident, I doubled down with an equally aggressive serve, and we were rewarded with a free ball. Great decision by the setter to feed the opposite, who was starting to get hot. The other team was feeling the pressure, so I kept my serving aggressive. However, a careless net touch allowed them to get back into the game, tying it up 20-20. This next play was really embarrassing because I managed to shank a really easy serve. Sometimes the easiest, most unsuspecting serves are the ones you need to pay the most attention to. And unfortunately, we had to call timeout to reset ourselves here. Fast forward a bit, we're down by 1, but we're playing to win here. So our setter giving our outside hitter the ball, who'd been playing really well this game, and he managed to put it away very convincingly. With our opponent on the ropes, we were happy for our middle to put in an aggressive serve, and they were not able to capitalize off the transition, so just look at this beauty of a play to finish the game. All in all, this was one of the most rewarding days I had last year, going through an injury, getting through a really competitive, intense game, and coming out on top. I hope you enjoyed my coverage of this game, and I hope this pushes you to try to overcome whatever obstacle, whatever adversity is in your way with whatever goal you have. And if you're still here, congrats. You're kind of weird, but you get a reminder to stay hydrated.